Hi, this is Susan Quinn, and this is the last of the little videos to walk you through making your ePortfolio in Google Sites. In step 5, we're going to be doing links to artifacts, and we'll talk very briefly about choosing appropriate files. We'll attach a file, and we will also create a text link to the file if you want to. So let's get started. Here we are at our site. I'm going to go ahead and add these artifacts to Insights 5 because that will give me an excuse, first of all, to change the title of that page because that's been bothering me. Okay, before I do anything else, I just have to get this out of here. I'm going to do the pencil, and I'm going to correct the title there, Insight 5, and let's save it. Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay, so now let's go ahead, since we're on Insight 5, we're going to go to the page settings. Under the Gear More button, we're going to do page settings. And what you find in page settings is there's no real default to this, which is unfortunate, but your choices are to show the page title, show links to subpages, allow attachments, and allow comments. And sometimes you'll come to a page and it'll look like this, sometimes it'll look like that. Anyway, just basically you come here to turn on or off comments, to turn on or off attachments, and then of course links and title too. Also notice that you can show this page in the sidebar, so you can actually make a page that doesn't show up in the sidebar. Now of course, if you're not having them automatically show up, that's fine. You just don't add it to the sidebar. But sometimes that's handy. Not maybe, I don't know, in Portfolio or not. Sometimes it's handy in Sites to have sort of a place where you keep ideas or something. But anyway, I wanted to point that out too. So let's go ahead and save that. We do want to allow attachments. That's the key to what we're doing now. And what you get when you have that checked is you have this button here, this Add Files. Let's go ahead and click on Add Files, and we'll add a file. Okay, whoops, this just opened up this folder where I have a bunch of artifacts. Let's go ahead and we'll do this is the application. This is a blank application for the GLD application program. So we'll choose that one. And there it is, and you see that it shows up as the file name. And in a second, I'm going to actually show you a little secret about how to change that. But there it is. So you have attached a file. Now, it could be that you just want to keep that at the bottom of the screen, and in the text of your Insight, let's say, talk about below is the, well, in this case on the front page, the About Me page, you probably will want to say, you know, the link below will take you to my graduation with leadership distinction application where I whatever. But you could attach any kind of file in here that and talk about it, and you don't even have to move it up into the text. Let me show you that little secret real quickly. Okay, let's go ahead and have we saved this? Yes. Okay, the little secret is to go to the gears, go to Manage Site, and Attachments. And here you can click on it and rename it, and the new name is going to be GLD Application for Civic Engagement. Was that what it was? And it is a PDF document, so you probably want to tell the user that it's going to be a PDF document. So we'll rename it. Okay, and there it is, and it's in our Insight 5. So that's where it kept. So that's sort of the little secret. Now notice here at the top, let me scoot this up, the file was renamed. It's sort of like when you're in here how it says saved, and then you go back this way. And let's go to Insight 5 and see if we found it. there it is. And that just, well, of course, it's cut. This one probably was too long, but basically that just looks friendlier than having the file name. But depending on how you've described it up above, it may be perfectly adequate to leave it as the file name. But the user will be able to download it. You'll be able to, well, depending on how you're setting, and then you'll be able to delete it if you need to. But that's how you add files. You just add as many as you want to the bottom of the page, and like I said, you can just leave them there. Or if after you've talked about, right, well, let's do the next step first. I'll show you. Okay, let's actually attach another file because obviously the application wouldn't be in an Insights page. Let's do a PowerPoint example. So here's our PowerPoint example. So we're going to choose that one, and that has a good enough name that we shouldn't have to change it, PowerPoint example. And it does show that it's a PowerPoint, which is pretty obvious anyway. All right, so there's our PowerPoint example. So that's attached also to the bottom of the page. Now let's do edit page. And here's where we could say, please see the PowerPoint presentation. Now you wouldn't write quite so simply, presentation below for something, 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 whatever. Okay, now I go ahead and type it out like that, although you really aren't going to need to, but I go ahead like I have in others. I always copy before I make a link. So, whoops. So, it's not letting me copy. Here, let me try it again. Well, anyway, I'll just have to type it in again. Because what you do is basically replace the words that you want by dragging this up here. So this is kind of subtle. I'm going to go ahead and drag, and it's copying, it's not actually dragging, to see the, and this is where I want it to be, is there. PowerPoint example. All right, well that's what you do, but that you do want to rename. So what I'm going to do, and let's see if it'll let me copy it now. We'll see. Now, so there it is. Here's where you want to just click on it, and you can go to the link, you can remove the link, you can change the link. And here's where we want it. Well, this is easy enough. You don't even have to do that. You just, PowerPoint example is what you want the text to display. And here's the URL to it. And again, like if you were inserting a link to someplace, do you want it to open up in a new window? And that's your choice. In this case, a PowerPoint example, they're probably just going to open it, take a little look at it, and move on. In the case of like if you have your resume, you have your application, you might want to have them open it in a separate window so that they can be looking at that while they're looking at the rest of your portfolio. And so so it depends. It's a design choice of what you want to do, but that's how you attach a document to the bottom, and you can leave it there if you want to, and then you're done. Or you can also, it'll stay at the bottom here, but you can also have it as part of your text. And then it'll take, either way will take you to the example. Let's go ahead and save, and let's check some of these links and make sure they work. All right, we have saved it. Okay, cross your fingers. Let's see the application for civic engagement. There it is. And that we back to here. Here's this PowerPoint example from the bottom, and it opens up. And PowerPoint example here. Aha, it works. How about that? And finally, remember, if you want to just have the links in the body of the on the body of your page, you can go up to page settings, to more page settings, and turn off allow attachments. They'll still be attached, but they won't show. I wouldn't suggest doing that in most cases because it is friendlier for somebody to be able to, I guess, as much as anything. I don't know. But that's, again, a design choice. and it probably also depends on how many you have. um, but you can look at some examples of some portfolios and see what you like. Finally, I do just want to talk about real briefly about the types of artifacts you want to add. Just be real careful about if you're using pictures, do you have permission to use the pictures? Where did you get the picture from? If you've got young children, for instance, or children of any age, you may want to fuzz out their faces. Definitely in documents, you'll want to cover any kind of personal information, social security numbers, whatever, anything, any personal kind of information. Just be real careful about what you're including. Look on the GLD website for additional ideas about hiding identities, I guess, of and personal information. But do be very aware of, these are, especially if you're making them where people can, that the world can see them, with or without the URL. You're going to want to do that. And finally, be sure to contact us if you have any questions. A variety of ways to get in touch here.